What is going on, people? Welcome to the Midwest Mike Sports Show. I am your host, Mike Klean, and I am joined here by the one and only Midwest Mike. What up, dog?
What's up? How you doing?
I'm doing all right, man. I told this joke before I got on, but I got to do it for the listeners. You're confused again over
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Dodgers hat, Twins shirts. What do you got on? Yankees fucking underwear?
Well, both these teams helped us cash parlay yesterday. So
You're right. See,
Dodgers and the Twinkies. So
when you cook up parlays like you do with every damn game in them,
I got who
you can
else do
root
we
for
have?
everybody.
Yeah. I was gonna say who else do we got yesterday? I got Sox Bond, another team, Boxers, another team. I got the parlay of the day on me right now.
I love it, man. We're gonna have to get you two different team slides you can wear.
Yeah,
Cubs, Brewers.
yeah,
I love it,
exactly.
man. But you're coming in. You got a nice smile on your face today, Mike. You did
Yeah,
good yesterday, man.
yeah,
Fucking great day.
yeah. We needed it, man.
Yeah. So why don't you speak on that a little bit as we got people rolling in here? Um, how you were
Uh,
doing, everything you got rocking.
So, I mean, me and you obviously had a conversation on Sunday. Yeah, we had a couple bad beats, but there was a couple plays that were just bad too. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And what happened on Sunday? It's happened more than just Sunday. I think it just took Sunday for it to really hit me.
Mm-hmm.
But Sunday I had a huge card. Woke up Sunday morning, started posting a bunch of plays. Which I liked everything, but posted all this stuff. And then I never stopped working. I could have every play up, but I constantly keep looking at stuff, line movements, just constantly looking at stuff. Right.
Yeah.
So as the day went on, I even put in the Telegram chat, hey, I'm looking at an NHL total. It might even be a 3-unit play of the day. I put that up at like noon. Right. And then as the day went on, I had some bad beats. Just bad. The day was bad, and then I was really liking the Mavericks under. I was really liking the Flames under. And normally I had so much volume out there already. Normally I probably just wouldn't have posted it and just would have been like, whatever, just take it on the chin and move on to the next day. But I really like both plays. Both plays could probably be 3-unit plays. So I posted them, played them for 2 units, and obviously they both hit. The Flames under I liked to begin with, and then once I saw the reverse line movement coming at the time, 66% of the money was on the over, and then start seeing it go from 7 to 6.5 at books. I knew it was probably the right side. So, but at that time, I'm like, God, I really don't even want the Mavs out there now. I'd rather have the under. This Calgary under should be like a 3-unit play of the day, and then that's when it kind of hit me that I keep posting stuff too early. And as the day goes on, I like stuff more than what I already have posted.
Right.
So, and then obviously we talked about that, on Sunday night and stuff too. And then you kept telling me that I need to have fun again, and not put so much, pressure on myself I got to win today. I got to win today. I got to win today. Just do the plays, be patient. Like yesterday, I apologize about the timing on the parlays, but I only had 3 parlays, and one was a 2-teamer, which I look at as more of kind of like a straight bet. So I really had 2 of my normal parlays, very low volume yesterday on parlays, but we hit one. We made money on them. Had the Yankees come through, we would have, and the Brewers had a chance at a sweep on all 3 of them. So, but yeah, just got to have fun again. Not put so much pressure on myself. In social media, there's just so much negativity, and whether you have a good day, bad day, it don't matter. And that'll always be the case. I'm not saying that. But yeah, man, I just got to be patient and kind of let the card come to me. I noticed ever since, cause literally, I've pretty much been cold ever since I quit my job. So I'm trying to like figure this out, like what the hell. And how I always used to do stuff was while I was at work. I would do stuff, while at work and all that stuff, and kind of post stuff, in the afternoon and all that. And now that I'm not at work, I'm trying to like figure out my whole card like the night before have most of everything posted, by the morning, but stuff changes. And like I say, there's even another instance when I had that under on the White Sox. I think it was last week. It was a day game, under 9.5, whatever it was, which we actually kind of got burned on a bad beat by it. It almost hit, but there's reverse line movement on that. And right away, I'm like, I don't really like this now. And sure shit, it lost. So just being patient and just letting the card just come to me. And that's what I did yesterday for the first time in a long time.
Yeah.
And we happen to have a good day. We'll see if, but I'm confident that, I'm not guaranteeing that we're going to do the same thing today or whatever, but over the long term here, I think we'll have a good week. I think we'll have a good rest of the month, finish out the month strong, and just stay disciplined, be patient, and we should get back to the old ways. So.
Yep, 100%, man. And I think that is, a couple of things you said there is key to success. One, being patient and letting the card come to you, because there is a lot of, especially what in the NBA, there's a lot of information that comes out throughout the day that you don't have at 2 a.m. when it's being posted. You know what I mean? So getting back to that, and then, also having fun, man. I think that's really, really big because this is supposed to be fun. Yes, we are running a business. Yes, this is a company. Yes, everybody is relying on you to win them money. Shit ton of pressure. But at the end of the day, this is supposed to be fun, and it is what got you here. You were doing it as a hobby. You were having fun. And now that it's gotten pressure and everything like that, it's kind of been off. Get back to having fun. And let's enjoy this process, man. Let's respect the process and enjoy it. Everybody. And that's for everyone.
And I don't think people realize, a lot of people don't know me and how I am. A lot of people just think, wow, he's making money, so he can afford to lose. He's using our money to lose on his bets and all this stuff. When I lose, dude, I go fucking nuts. You know that better than anybody.
I do.
I'm not the guy sitting back laughing. Oh, I had a bad day. Who gives a shit? I made money today. I sold some packages. Whatever. That ain't me. So if you think that's me, you're far, 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 far off. So I'm just one of those guys that literally has to be the best at what I do, or I don't fucking do it. That's how I've always been.
Right.
I worked at a car dealership for a while, started out as a salesperson, and right before I quit my job, which was why it was pretty hard for me to quit too, they sent me to Dealer Academy. I was one of the youngest general sales managers for a dealership around. I've always been the best at what I do, and that's why this shit here the last few months is just it's been getting to me. I'm not gonna lie, mentally. So
sure,
it's good. I think I got it figured out. Time will tell, obviously. But I don't think it's any major tweaks. I just think it's just literally just being patient. Because, for example, on Sunday, I probably wouldn't have had the Mavs. I would have had 3 units on the under. Right there is a 7-unit swing, or 7.5 unit swing, because I had Mavs money line. There's some other plays I wouldn't have had, and then I would have had the Flames under for bigger, and I think too is the parlays. You probably won't see any parlays till I kind of know my full card at 4 or 5 o'clock. So the parlays might be an hour, half. Like yesterday, it was 5:45. It was 20 minutes before the first game. That probably won't happen again. It'll be at least a half hour before the game. But that's what I need to do to I need to have my full card. I need to have the full picture, because otherwise what I'm doing is I'm putting out parlays, and then as the day goes on, I like other stuff, and then I'm like, God, I wish I didn't have this in the parlay. I like this better now. And that's why we haven't been hitting those either. Seriously.
Yeah.
So just patience and letting the card come to me, I promise will solve everything. So
yep. I love it, man. And it's great that you're coming to the realization. And also I want to give a shout out to, guys like Big Mike that we got in the house on Twitter, and everybody, picking Mike up, even if we have a bad day, sending some positive energy. It really, really makes a difference, guys. And, if you have your favorite athlete out there, what are you going to do if he's in a slump? Are you going to bash him, or are you going to try and lift him up? You got it. You got this, man. You got this. Positive energy, good mental state. You can't keep bashing the guy that you want to have you make money for him. You know what I mean? You gotta.
And I'm not one of those guys that needs to be pampered or be told good job.
No, I'm not saying that.
No, I know, but that I just want to make that clear. That's not me.
Yeah,
it's just some of these guys that just, dude, I get death threats. Like you guys don't realize all the negative shit all day, every day. And me, just in general, yeah. I am not a negative person. I hate fucking negativity.
Yeah.
If I knew a VIP that was being negative, I just cancel their fucking shit and refund them and say, see you later. Bye. Don't want you. I don't want your shit around me or my brand, period.
Right.
Like, it's just I'm just not a negative energy guy at all.
Yep.
I'm a high energy guy. But yeah, it just gets old, and there's no point for it. You know what I mean?
100%. I'm
We've
right
seen
with you,
the best of athletes go through cold spells, cold streaks. Steph Curry had a cold streak earlier this year. You know what I mean? It's just part of it. The Blue Jays, Vlad Guerrero, he can't hit the fucking ball right now. Nothing he can do. Last year, he's the GOAT. Fucking all this shit. Now he can't hit the fucking ball. It's right. Part of it. It's life.
It is. That is.
And Vlad has to work through that. He's got to work that out. He's got to figure out why he's in a slump. He's got to, you know what I mean? It's all relatable to anything.
So. It is. 100%, man. 100%. We have Mr. Wing in the house.
What's up?
How's it going, my man? So anybody that's in here, throw a comment in. Throw a game you want us to talk about. If we can talk about it, Mike will. But let's start off with the NBA. Now we have one game tonight. It's sad that it's dwindling down, only like one game a night. But first, I want your take on this Heat Celtics, because we were on opposite sides for the series. It's 2-2. What do you think?
Yeah. When we talked about that, it was right before game one, the night of game one, I think. I was on the Heat game one, but I was leaning Celtics towards the series. We hit Celtics game two. Game three, we lost. I was on the Celtics game three. And then yesterday had I really like the under, but I also like the Celtics. I just played a teaser to get an extra 5 points on the total. Obviously that hit. And then I had Tatum over 27.5 points. It cashed. He had 24, I think, at half. He ended up only with like 31, but he had 28 with like 3 minutes into the third quarter, and then they just pulled him. So got that. So looking to do more props here and there. I'm just, you know me, I'm very selective on that stuff. But I still like the Celtics, man. Well, the thing about this series is it depends with all the injuries, what the hell's going on, who's gonna be playing what key games. I mean, do I know if Smart's going to play in game 6, game 7 potentially right now? I don't know. Who knows? Jimmy Butler, he could tweak something. He could be out for the series, the next game, who knows? So that's the hardest part. But I'd say if everyone was healthy, everyone was playing, you got Williams in there, you got Smart in there, Tatum, Brown. I like the Celtics personally, and I was kind of big on the Heat most of the year, obviously, and then in the postseason here. But
yeah, you were.
I like the Celtics to win the series.
Something about them, huh? I'm still on opposite sides, yeah. I love the Heat,
then
man.
On the other side, we got the Warriors future. So that's 2 years in a row we've had a future make it to the NBA Finals. I had the Suns last year, and then I did 2 futures this year. I did the Suns. Well, I did 3 technically. I put $200 on the Timberwolves to win 25,000, 0.2 units, whatever. But I put about 1.5 units on the Suns to win 10. I put about 1.5 units to win 10 units, 10 grand on the Warriors. So last year had my ticket on the Suns, at like plus 1,500. This year I got the Warriors at plus 650, plus 700. I put it in. I don't even remember, like in November, I think I put that in.
Something around there.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we got the Warriors futures as well, 1.5 to win 10. So it could even present a little hedge opportunity here. We'll see how the finals series goes.
Yeah.
But I didn't hedge it all last year. I thought the Suns would pull it out. Bucks obviously beat them. But yeah, we got that Suns future too, which is nice. It's nice just back to back have a shot in the NBA finals to cash a future. So
yeah, that's epic, man. I love the Warriors. They play tonight. Now I don't know if you got anything on this game yet, but
not yet.
Can we talk on it or no?
I'm sure I will. I honestly don't know if I'm looking towards the side yet, looking towards the total.
Yeah.
I'm honestly not even really going to look at much until later in the day, in the afternoon, when all the information's there. So,
yep.
I mean, I got an idea right now, but
we got the Mavs looking at -1. Okay. Warriors cashed as a dog last game. All the money was coming in on Dallas.
Like I told you last night, I didn't catch most of the game the other night, but I didn't catch the second half pretty much.
Yeah.
Just the second half. And the Mavs, they quit, dude. They quit when they were down 10 with 4 or 5 minutes to go. Yeah. I didn't like that at all. Like to them, the game was already over. It's like it's a 10-point game. What the hell are you doing?
Right.
And Luka just he can't really play defense. They're getting crushed on the boards, and he just doesn't have a supporting cast. Like they have to have a great game for them to have a shot at winning. And when what's his name was 0 for 10, 0 for 7 from deep, he ain't gonna win a game.
They shot under 30% from three. 13
at home,
45 at home. When those three balls aren't falling, they don't win.
Well, Luka still had 30-something, and they were applying a lot of pressure and double teaming him and all that stuff. So I thought he still had a good game, all considered. Sure. But you have to have other guys step up. And when you're one of your other main two guys is 0 for 10, 0 for 7 from deep, bye. Yeah, it's not legit. It ain't gonna work. So.
Legit, man. You know, the thing I worry about on this spot is we've seen the Warriors have a closeout situation twice already. Nuggets and against the Grizzlies, and they shit the bed, obviously, in the Grizzlies spot. They lost by 50, and then the Nuggets ended up extending the series one more game as well.
So yeah, I mean, if they were to
about
win,
their focus.
Yeah, if they were to win, they'd have probably around 10 days off. I think the final starts around June 4th or something.
Yeah.
Which to them, maybe that's not a good thing. Maybe they don't really care if they win this game. But as old of a team as they are compared to some, I could see those guys wanting and needing the rest too. It would be a big advantage.
Sure.
I mean, these guys aren't 23 years old, most of them. You know what I mean?
Nope.
You got Draymond Green, Curry, Thompson, and the most all of them have been dealing with some sort of injury, in the past year. So rest could do them good. So, I mean, that's an angle. Obviously, they'd probably want to close it out, right, to rest. But it's the NBA, man. It's weird.
It is. It's very, very weird.
Been blowout city. What did you say that the teams that, I mean, they pretty much cover every time?
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, that was the thing. It was like, I think there's been 3 win no cover spots in the entire playoffs. And I remember last year, something very similar, same thing, barely any win no covers. So it's essentially pick the side you want to win, bet the favorite with confidence, just you want them to win, take it. The gamble's the cover. And then if it's a dog, sprinkle on the money line.
Yeah.
Because there's only been 3 win no covers. Are we going to sit here and try and predict the 4th? Absolutely not. I mean, what are the odds? It don't make sense. We got our guy John Hale in the house. Our winner chicken dinner.
He
of
texted me
being
last
a
night.
Marine.
We're going to San Diego, I think, in the first week or two in July, like
Oh
the
yeah.
7th, 8th, to go to the Padres Giants series.
Hell yeah, man. That is going to be great. Never been to
So,
San Diego. I heard it's beautiful.
yeah. Well, I've been to LA 2 times this year now. So this will be my 3rd trip to Cali in the first few months, but it'll be good just being a difference. I'm not going to LA again. So
Right. Right. You're going to need to get some residency in California, man. You go out there so much.
need to find some residency with some better tax incentives.
Yeah, right.
And I don't think California is it.
No, gosh, no. Gosh, no.
Gas here is what it was last time I was out in LA like a month ago. Gas was like $5 a gallon. I was like, holy shit. Well, it just dropped now here to like I found one gas station that was $4.25. I got a
That's
big ass
cheap.
Suburban, so it's but that's like I was shocked at $5 a gallon a month ago in LA, and now it's the same thing here. It's nuts.
Yeah. It's about 5.10, 5.15 here in the suburbs of Chicago. So in the city, it's got to be around 4.5 or 5.30, 5.40. It'll be $6 by June.
Yeah.
That's my prediction. We got Raphael in the house. Good morning. You think the Warriors got it?
We'll see. I don't have a play on that yet. Like I said, I'm not really going to dig into it. I mean, I've already kind of dug into it. It's the playoffs. We kind of know,
right.
There's not much that you got to dig into, but not really going to finalize anything on that until later on in the day when all the information's there. So
yes, sir.
And Wiggins has looked really good. Really good. You see that poster dunk the other night, his defense.
Yeah.
They just mirror him to Luka. Luka goes out, he goes out. His role is they're using him perfectly. So
they're using him perfectly, and he's accepting the role perfectly. And
he's embracing it.
My one buddy was on the Mavs though before the series started. He was like, dude, they're gonna win. The Warriors aren't that good. Get that through your head. I'm like, bro, when Wiggins goes on Luka, it's gonna be tough on him. Now Luka's still getting his, obviously, but they don't got the supporting cast that the Warriors have. So even if they steal this one, I mean the Warriors got it. I don't see the Mavs going on a kooky run.
Well, and wasn't Klay Thompson like defensive? I don't know if he's defensive player of the year, but
something like that. No, yeah, he's good defensively as well, man. John saying it's 470 in Michigan. It's rough everywhere.
What part are you close to Detroit, John? Or are you in a suburb or far away, or where you at?
All right, so let's move on to the ice. We got 2 games tonight. You got any look or want to touch on any of these games, Mike?
The first game, I'd probably go under in that Carolina Rangers game. Sometimes I like to kind of go against buck the trend a little bit and be different. And okay, there's been 3 straight unders. Maybe now look at an over, but I just don't see it happening in this series. There was 3 goals game 1, 2 goals game 2, 4 goals game 3. You got the Rangers who are at home, who are looking to tie the series. So they, and Shesterkin at home, all that stuff. So as far as the side, I don't know, but I definitely think it'll be a tight affair again and an under spot potentially. I know it was down to 5 at some books. My book has it juiced 5.5, under 5.5 at minus 130. That's something that I'm looking at. I'm not saying I'm going to be on it, but that's something I'm looking at. And then looking at the Edmonton Flames game. Obviously, we cashed the under the other night. I did put out the Oilers as a lean on that game as well on the Telegram. So I like Edmonton to win the series for sure. They look really good. Markstrom all of a sudden has now shit the bed since the Dallas series.
Yeah.
That was fun to watch him and Jake Ettinger, but Edmonton is so good offensively. They're torching them, man. And they're at home again. They got a shot at taking a 3-1 lead now.
Right.
Calgary just hasn't had an answer for him. And if you even look at the regular season games, whenever these two games play, it's been higher scoring. I know the last one was under and all that stuff. I'm not really looking at the total on this one. I love the under on Sunday. There's 5 goals, under 7 cash. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure on the total on this one, but it's hard not to look at Edmonton here.
Yeah. You know, before this series started, after they finally got off that hump, you know, winning a damn playoff series, I was very excited to see how they would perform.
It took 7 games to get past the Kings.
Took 7 games, but they finally did it. They got over the hump.
It could be 5 to get past Calgary.
Right, and now they're kind of exploding. You know, a nice.
Dude, Evander Kane had what, 3? I mean, I know he had two goals in a few minutes, whatever it was. I know he had. Didn't he have 3 in a period or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Nuts.
But yeah, I mean, they're living up to it now, so it's going to be interesting. I think the Flames' little plus money might not be a bad. You know, it's a look, but I'm with you. I think I lean Edmonton here as well. At home, can they string 3 wins together?
It's a big game, obviously, for both sides. Calgary doesn't want to go down in a 3-1 hole.
Right.
But at the same time, Edmonton has a shot to pretty much win the series by applying a shit ton of pressure. Going up 3-1, it's hard to come back from that.
Yeah.
So versus 2-2 and going back to Calgary. So if you're Edmonton, you do not want to go back to Calgary 2-2.
Nope.
You want to take it. This is probably the biggest game of the series.
Sure.
And could determine the series very easily, because if Edmonton wins this game, they most likely they advance. They lose this game, and anything can happen then at a tied series and going and playing the next one on the road.
Yep.
I'm not saying that Edmonton can't win on the road or anything like that. Obviously they can, but this game is a big game.
It
is.
Go
up 3-1 at home and pretty much, in my opinion, clinch it. So this should be like a game. If I was Edmonton, I'd be treating this shit as like a game 7.
Yeah, 100%, man. 100%. And then one series that I wanted to talk about was the Lightning, because you actually like them to be out in the first round. Here they are, getting past the Leafs, now sweeping the Panthers.
Yeah. I gave out
another cup run. Are they going to make it?
I liked the Panthers the first couple games, didn't really do anything the third game, and then had a lean on Tampa last night. Florida, and then there's even reports of the Florida being at the strip club the night before the elimination game, all that stuff. Like, what are we doing? You know what I mean? So
collecting checks, that's what they're doing.
Yeah, but they're already done. You know what I mean? But I didn't see. I still don't see them winning it again. But they look good.
They look good.
They just, at the end of the regular season, they weren't that good.
Right.
But it's playoff time. It's kind of like the Warriors. They had their little ups and downs throughout the end of the year. And, but now it's playoff time and they look like one of the best teams. So,
and the veterans come to play, man.
Yeah, and now they'll get some rest after the sweep, which is important to those guys too, because they're an older team too. So,
yep.
And especially the back-to-back, all that stuff. Those guys, I'm sure they're happy to get some rest. So,
oh yeah, man, 100%. And you know what? It was a tough year on the Panthers, man, with Joel Quenneville being fired and that whole scandal with the Blackhawks and everything going on earlier in the year. And it was remarkable that they even stayed as consistently good as they did throughout the whole year. So, you know, they lost a little focus at the end.
And that Avs series is over, guys. Yesterday I was on the Avs in a couple of parlays. I paired it up with another money line, played it as a 2-team parlay. That was kind of how I played it versus laying the 160 juice, and then had it in the parlay of the day that hit. But ever since Bennington went out, like I put in the little mini write-up yesterday on the Avalanche thing, he's given up going into yesterday's game. Husso's given up 19 goals in the last 5 games, practically given up 4 goals a game. You can't do that. and expect to beat the Avalanche. The Avs, I think, got 5 on them last night. He was their really good goaltender, at the beginning of the year and for most of the time. But for whatever's going on, even before yesterday's game, even before the game before that, when he came in to relieve Binnington for most of the game, he gave up 4 goals on 23 shots.
Yeah.
He ain't got it right now. He hasn't played that much lately, which goes back to actually that Pittsburgh Rangers series when they decided to play Jarry Game 7. I even told you, I'm like, I don't know if I like that. That's why we're on the over that game, because I'm like, dude, this guy hasn't played in a long time. You just expect him to come in and just shut it down, just do a shutout. Like, it's not how the shit works. You know what I mean? Those first games back can be pretty shaky. So, and yeah, the Avs should put this shit away, man. Versus Husso, they've dominated the Blues in the postseason. Before the Blues had won that one game, they had won like 8 or 9 straight versus the Blues in the postseason. So now it's 9-1 in the last 10 or some shit like that. They've dominated them, just like the Blues have the Wild's number. The Avs have the Blues number. And now after Binnington's out, that series is over. So,
I could not agree more.
I like the Avs to win it all. I hope they do this year. So
it would be nice to see. It definitely would be nice to see.
They've been the most consistent. They're consistent. Even the games they lost in the regular season were kind of, we don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Like,
and
you can't win them all.
They've been pushing. They've been good for years now. And they kind of
they've had playoff trouble.
So this could definitely be their year to at least make it to the Cup. Okay, bases. On the bases, what do you got? Nice slate per usual.
Yeah, I got a bunch of looks that I'm looking at. I got one play up right now. I can give you that. I'll probably have 4 or 5 MLB plays again today. MLB's one of my favorite sports to handicap. Let me give you the one I got up right now, just for the people that are on here. I don't know if this will be my free play, so if you're listening, you might get 2 free plays, but it's the Reds money line. It's the only play I posted last night. I know it's tough to back the Reds no matter who they're playing, but Molly had a rough start to the season, but he's starting to figure it out here. He's 2-4 with a 5.23 ERA. However, in his last 3 starts, he's given up 2 or less runs in each of those 3 starts. 2 runs twice to the Pirates, 1 run to the Guardians, who actually hit the ball very, very well. He also has a 5.97 ERA during the day and a 3.77 ERA at night. His numbers are getting better. In May, he has an ERA of 3.92. Last couple starts, 2.6. Last 7 days, 1.42. His 2 really bad starts were against good hitting teams in the Dodgers and the Brewers. Stroman has a 0.75 ERA during the day and a 7.45 ERA at night.
Wow.
Weird. It might not matter, but it's a big difference. The Reds may be 12-29 on the season right now, but they're actually 9-6 in their last 15 games. The Reds also bat .250 at home and just .201 on the road. So they're much better at the plate at home. In April, they hit .204, and in May, they're hitting .234. So things are trending in the right direction for the Cincinnati Reds team.
Right.
Not saying they're going to be good, but things are coming around.
Yeah.
In April, Cubs were hitting .250, and now in May, the Cubs are hitting .212. So the Cubs and Reds are like complete opposites. The Cubs were hot in April. They're in a slump now in May. The Reds were in a slump in April, and now they're picking it up in May. The Cubs hit .263 during the day and .213 at night. So they're hitting .213 at night, .212 in the month of May. I mean, it's a night game, or it's May. The Reds just had a 2-game mini sweep of the Guardians, got 1-3 versus the Blue Jays. The Cubs won last night, but that was expected with Gutierrez on the mound for the Reds, who has been a gas can this season. 77 plate appearances versus Stroman. The Reds are hitting .309, Andy has a FIP of 5.11, which is not good. And he's only recorded 7.8% strikeouts in those 77 plate appearances. That's not good. In 80 plate appearances by the Cubs versus Molly, they're hitting 247 with a FIP of 265 and a 27.5% strikeout rate. Naquin is 9 for 21 versus Stroman, hitting 429 with just 2 strikeouts and 21 at-bats. Tommy Pham is 5 for 6, hitting 833 off Stroman. Moustakas is 2 for 5. Farmer's 2 for 8. I like the Reds. I thought about doing a first 5, that kind of thing, but because the Reds bullpen's bad, but I'm doing full game. Money line minus 105 to win 2 units. Right now, the last time I looked, about 48% of tickets are on the Reds, and it was like 70-some% of the money. So I guess I'm not the only one now thinking the same thing, but yeah, I don't back the Reds often. I backed the Pirates yesterday versus the Rockies. We got that. Now we'll back one of the other real bad teams in baseball tonight, but they're at home. They hit the ball way better at home. They're hitting the ball way better in May. Molly's coming around. His last 3 starts have been good. These guys have success versus Stroman. The Cubs have not been doing well in May. They don't do well at night. So, yeah, 2 units on the Reds.
Run it up. Run
yes,
it up.
Sir.
Yeah, anytime I get a chance to fade the Cubs, I like it. They, I don't.
Well, Molly's like the Reds' ace. He just hasn't.
Right.
And really, when you break down his stuff, he's only had 2 bad starts. One of them, I think he gave up like 7 runs, another one 5 runs. So that's why his ERA is so high.
Yep.
But you throw that shit out, he's been solid. So especially over his last 3 starts. And current form's huge. You know, everyone gets rocked here and there. But how have they been doing lately? Well, the last pretty much 3 weeks, the guy's done very well. So we'll ride that.
I love it, man. I love it.
And when you got a guy who's 9 for 21 versus a guy 5 for 6, I mean, there's some guys that hit Stroman very, very well.
Yeah.
So, maybe a Tommy Pham, he's 5 for 6, hitting 833 off of him. Maybe a Tommy Pham total bases over 1.5. Naquin 9 for 21. Those could be some decent looks for MLB player props too.
Love it. I love that, man. And then we should have said this a little earlier in the show, but we are running a promotion today. Buy a daily, profit today, or get the next 3 days for free. So if we don't profit, you'll get it free all the way through Friday. So get on that if you want to buy a daily package. And then there's no more comments on any games here. People must be busy today. Rough Tuesday. I hope not for many, but could be. Do you have any other games you want to touch on, Mike, or any closing notes here?
No. I mean, I'm just gonna get to work. Just try to run it back here again today. I know we got a lot of work to do. I know that. We're not going to get it back in one day. You got to be patient, but it'll happen. Have some big days when days like yesterday when everything comes together. Like I said, I'm confident. So
love it, man. We got one comment here just came in. Twins, Dodgers, White Sox leans.
I mean, it's hard not to lean on the Dodgers there, obviously. You got Walker Buehler on the mound. You got Josiah Gray. I'm actually probably looking at the total, though, on that game. The White Sox, I would stay away from that today. I'm actually strongly considering backing Boston here as a dog. I think the Red Sox have won like 5 straight. Dylan Cease, yes, he gets a lot of strikeouts, but he gives up a lot of hits, and Boston's hitting the ball right now. They got Their last 5 games, they've scored 8 runs, 6 runs, 7 runs, 12 runs, 5 runs. They've won 5 straight. They're coming off. They even beat Houston, the Astros, the series before that. They took 2 out of 3 versus them. 2 out of 3 versus Texas before that. They just swept a 4-game series against Seattle. So Boston's hot right now. Everyone is on Dylan Cease because, they think he's the best pitcher in the league and all that. And he very well may be, but he gives up a lot of contact. He gives up a lot of hits. Right now, Boston's hitting the ball very well. So I might take a stab on Boston Red Sox plus 150 on the money line personally. I think there's some value there. It's a dog, it's not, it's supposed to lose, but I think Boston, maybe you don't back Boston, but I sure as shit tonight, I don't know if I'd back the White Sox. The White Sox have not been hitting the ball, guys, even though they beat those 2 games on Sunday against the Yankees. They had yesterday off. The one game was a 0-0 game until way late, until the eighth inning or whatever it was. The game before that, of game 1 of the doubleheader, I think it was like a 3-1 final. Just because they won 2 games, you got to look at how they won them. It wasn't like they're knocking the cover off the ball. I mean, game 1, I think both teams had 8 hits, if I'm not mistaken. So they're getting on base, but you still got to drive the runs in. Just like the Blue Jays right now, they can get walked, they can get some base hits here and there, but they can't get them in. Brewers last night, bases loaded twice and didn't get any runs. They scored 2 runs all game, had bases loaded with no outs twice. So you got to be able to hit the ball and drive in runs. And if you can't do that, can make it for a long night. Twins, I like the Twins. Hard not to like them tonight in that spot. The Tigers are very bad. They scored just over, I think it's 2.03 or 2.06 runs per game on the road. The Twins are on fire right now. They're hot as hell. And they're at home. The weather should be good tonight. Tomorrow's going to rain, but tonight should be good. So there's no weather shit you got to worry about there. But yeah, my leans are, Twins. I'm leaning the Red Sox, and then the Dodgers, I'm looking at the total. So
love it, man. And you know what? To speak on the White Sox, hometown team for me, it's kind of been the story with them all year. They haven't really been producing runs or manufacturing runs small ball wise. It's either home run or nothing. And, the story with Cease, second time seeing the Red Sox, just played earlier in the month on the 7th. And he tends to give up runs and not have his best games against good teams. Not saying that the Red Sox are good, but these bigger teams, these bigger market teams, he seems to struggle his whole career.
And you got to look at current form. The Red Sox are actually really hot right now. Trevor Story is going off. And he, like I said, yes, the White Sox won their last 2 games. They won both of them against the Yankees on Sunday. But that second game, guys, the Yankees didn't hit the ball. I mean, at all. They got their first hit in like the 7th inning. It was a pitching matchup,
Right.
It was a great matchup to watch. It was a fun game to watch. But to pay 170 on the White Sox right now, their current form, I think it's overpriced, and I would not pay that. So
I couldn't agree more.
They got to show me more at the plate before no matter who's on the mound. So with the Red Sox scoring, what are they averaging? 6 runs a game right now? Their last 5 games or something? There's no way.
Yeah, I get you, man. I am right with you. So guys, that pretty much concludes today's show. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, remember to invest wisely and let's live free.